Hi everybody, David here from Humanizing the Badge. Just like a car needs friction in order to move, we all need some stress in our lives in order to be able to function. However, just like a car that is poorly maintained and overdriven, we can suffer from stress overload and end up in trouble if we're not careful. You've probably heard the term burnout, but you've probably never been taught what the 3 stages of burnout look like. The more you know, the more likely you are to be able to avoid trouble in the future. Similar to the way the fight or flight response works in an emergency, the first stage of burnout is stress arousal, which is when your body begins to fight the stress overload. This stage is characterized by symptoms such as persistent irritability, persistent anxiety, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, forgetfulness, inability to concentrate, headaches. Just two of those symptoms can indicate that you are in that first stage of stress overload, which may lead to burnout if unchecked. The next stage of burnout is called the energy conservation stage. This is when your body is starting to try to flee from the stress overload. You know you're somewhere in this stage when signs like these begin to show up. Procrastination, being late for work, turning work in late, cynical attitudes and resentfulness, decreased sexual desire, increased consumption of caffeine and or alcohol, and just plain starting to feel like you don't care. Like the first stage, any 2 of these symptoms is an indicator that you are at a much greater risk of experiencing burnout. Finally, there is the exhaustion stage. You can't fight anymore, you can't flee anymore, you're just done. You experience chronic sadness or depression, you're always mentally and physically fatigued, you have constant headaches, you would just like to disappear or move away from everything, including friends and family, in hopes of finding relief. It is at this stage, too, when you are also likely to have recurring thoughts of suicide as a means of escape. Just 2 of these symptoms may indicate that you have reached the point of burnout. All that is the bad news. What's the good news? That with proper attention and effort, you can turn around and start heading back in the other direction no matter where you are today. Did you hear that? No matter where you are today. I want to encourage you to visit our website at www.callforbackup.org. Click on the link to take our free online stress fitness questionnaire and start focusing on some strategies to help improve your stress fitness. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and we'll answer them as opportunity permits. Meanwhile, we'll be back next week with another episode of Weekly Wisdom. If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, please send a message to our Facebook page, Call for Backup. If you're in crisis now and need immediate help, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK or text the keyword badge to 741-741 to be connected to a trained crisis counselor. It's time to call for backup.